What is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here in the Russell Street Report film room here on Two Guys Watching Football. And today we are talking Kyle Hamilton, who turned into somehow a polarizing preseason player with some of the, we'll call it smarter analysts that were kind of breaking things down live when you can't see the safeties on the field and giving their 2 cents. So what I did is I kind of waited until preseason was a bit wrapped up so I could really dive into his plays and kind of form an opinion. And then when in doing so, I kind of came away with, really trying to identify what his role could be early in the 2022 season. And I say that because I do eventually see him taking over the starting spot. I'm not sure it's going to be right out the gate. I think you're going to see week one, the starting safeties being Chuck Clark and Marcus Williams. And then eventually I think Kyle Hamilton will take that job over from Chuck Clark. But I'm wondering if it's going to be an easy transition. So the question is, what does that mean for the Baltimore Ravens' 14th overall pick? It means he's going to have a very specific role. And the way I see it, and I'm going to kind of get into the film and what he did and why this would be a very good role, it's kind of what they talked about when they kept bringing Jimmy Smith back. What they wanted with a fully healthy DB group was Jimmy Smith to be that big physical DB that could man up on tight ends. So that's really what we're going to look at today. I threw in some other clips showing, this isn't just Kyle Hamilton's a tight end guy or he's, a dime package guy, because that's kind of been a weird stigma attached to him. He obviously can play split safety. He can do pretty much anything you ask him to do. That's why he was the 14th overall pick in the NFL draft. But early in the season, what's his role going to be? I think I kind of nailed what I could see Mike McDonald doing. So let's dive into the film.
On is where I see his role really being early in the year. And so we are looking at Kyle Hamilton here, and his matchup on these is going to be tight end duty. And so, it's preseason, but this is Trey McBride, and, it's not some kind of slouch nobody. He was drafted in the same draft class, so 2022, 55th overall. Dane Brugler had him as tight end 1 out of Colorado State, so he's a legit tight end. They brought him in to be that insurance to Zach Ertz. So, this is a really good one-on-one matchup for us to look at and really kind of see what he can do. So let's run it through, and then we'll go back and break it down. And so you're going to see just not much that McBride can do there against Hamilton. So basically what we're going to see is McBride's going to run just a simple out. And Hamilton just, I think the big thing here, let's see what happens at the contact point. It's the way he's constantly playing with physicality. You can see his hands kind of getting right into him. And then as McBride breaks, and you see he tries to push off there, but look at Hamilton, right? This is really what kind of seals this for him. So they're both going to get physical at the top of the catch point, and I think that's important because with safeties, you want to see that physicality, especially if you're expecting them to match up on tight ends. So they're going to get physical. He gets a little separation there, but the way Hamilton's able to dip right here and close that gap is really the key. And the big thing with Kyle Hamilton is his length. So let's say the ball comes out, bang on and it's right there. That's one step, one stride, and Kyle Hamilton has his inside hand right here, and it's kind of going underneath if there was a ball thrown. So that's really what he's going to do, eliminating tight ends. Let's play it through one more time. He completely blankets them, plays with physicality, catches up. Now we're going to catch him at wide up at the top of your screen right here. Same guy. That's still Trey McBride. And we get a little bit of, Trey McBride's used kind of the way you see Mark Andrews, where, he might be split out wide, he might be in the slot, he might be in the Y. So he's kind of moving around. And so there's Hamilton. And we can kind of look at this again because we're seeing some similarities. So what's Kyle Hamilton do? First of all, he's lined up right at the line. So he's looking to press. And that's what he does right there. Go back, actually. Let's go back one frame. Right there. Okay, so he gets that inside hand right up there, and then the outside hand is starting to kind of hook in. And you'll see it right there. See how that outside hand kind of hooked in? And he's still within the 5 yards. He's got 5 yards right there to do this. And then he's going to start to run as he gets there. See? As soon as he crosses that 5 yard, he starts to turn and run. And he's just basically angling him to the sideline. I mean, it almost looks like he was taking him on a punt here, where he's going to kind of jam him up so he can't get downfield. So he's going to press him here, and then as the play goes, he's working him slowly over here. And that's just like no quarterback's throwing that. Like he's going to play with physicality, push him to the sideline, then just run stride for stride with him. So again, what are we seeing? We're seeing length, we're seeing press, we're seeing physicality. And it's that physicality that I think really sticks out for me when watching what I think he could do on tight ends early. We're going to have them again right here. Same sort of deal. Obviously, high leverage moment. They're 5 yards out in the red zone. And just nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we're going to see right here, he's going to get hands on. And then he gives that inside release. And I like what he did right here. Let's get back. So I want you to focus on this hand. That hand that's outside right now that's going to kind of come inside. So as the play runs a little bit here, see he's got that hand coming right inside. And it's really kind of, it's not holding, but it's kind of locking that left arm of McBride's. And it's just one of those things where, I mean, once he has that arm, he's got no target. He's given nothing to the quarterback. Really nothing he can do there. We're going to get a couple. These are later in the game for Hamilton. He didn't make the team, number 49. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think this was his second year in the league. So, I mean, definitely lower competition, but still similar idea. He's split out in the slot here. He's taking on a one-on-one tight end route. And you're going to just see, same deal. So we get to see a little stop-start action. I know people are kind of having their concerns with what they think are his stiff hips, but we're going to see it right there. Look at those hands coming up. Hands in real tight there. Kind of giving that press again, and then he's going to release. No issues flipping his hips. He's going to just flip his hips upfield, and then as he stops, again, look at that breakdown. Plants that back leg right there. No issue at all. No target. Just had him completely locked up. They're going to have, this is actually a good route because you can really see his range. So he's about 10 yards off here. And it's going to be a man coverage route. And just as a spoiler, we're going to basically see a deep crosser like that. I think it goes a little bit deeper than I drew it. And the ball does come, poorly thrown ball. So this is a tough man cover because of how far off he started. But you can see him break right there. And let's count the strides. So as soon as he breaks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like he's able to kind of hit max speed at 4 strides. He just, boom, he's gone. And if that ball is coming, I seriously think, I kind of debated this, the ball seems to be going here and not to his man. But if this ball is thrown, because basically this route's bending it this way, so he's going to catch it around like right here if it was going towards him. Look where Kyle Hamilton gets to. And he's taking that inside lane so that if the ball is thrown, he's able to use his length. Really impressive man coverage. I think that play right there really showed his range that people for some reason have a concern with. This is that PBU he had in the red zone that I think is just... So for those that didn't really watch a ton of his college film, so Hamilton's right here. What I saw him doing mostly as a slot corner, when he did play slot corner, was playing zone and using his length. And so he wasn't necessarily, like, even if he was in the slot on a slot wide receiver, he wasn't necessarily trying to carry that receiver's route. He was playing zone defense. And, why is that important? Because let's watch this play. Let's watch what he does. So he's going to step up. He fills the gap. And then he just uses his length and just plays, head up ball. So he's going to come up right away. It is play action. So his first priority here is to fill this gap because that's how he sees this run fit right here. He kind of got fills from these guys, linebacker coming up there. That's his fill. So once he sees QB keeps the ball, he sits. He sees that quick slant coming. Maybe he remembers there being a guy out there. I don't know. That's awfully close to 6 right there. Right there, up top. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't go through, but it looks awfully close. He's got that separation if that ball's thrown in front, but Hamilton doesn't let it happen. And this is just right up there, getting up for it. Like, look how up he is. Just complete freak alien athlete using that length. Really impressive stuff. That's really the type of playmaker I think he can be. I think we're going to see. So that's basically what I see the role for him. I think he's going to be able to play zone coverage. He's going to be able to man up on tight ends. And that's, the Jimmy Smith role, I'll call it, because that's always what they kept saying they wanted with Jimmy Smith, and that's why they kept bringing him back. They wanted to be able to man up, a bigger DB on a tight end and just kind of be able to let them play man, let them play zone. But you're also going to see some of this, and that's why I threw this in. So obviously, this is him down in a free safety look. He's going to play split safety looks as well. I don't know how early he will. I still think Chuck Clark might do a little bit of it early, and then he kind of takes it over at the bye week, but let's watch. And so again, I really like this. This looked like... I thought this was cover 2, because you're going to have... Yeah, it looked like cover 2 to me, because you got your 2 deeps here, and then you got kind of flat coverage there, and then these 3 in their hook zones. That's what it looked like to me. So anyway, 25 is going to pass off. That's Kevin Seymour, so he's going to run that deep out. And that's a tough cover, and that's kind of a nice zone beater, because you're going to see, that's Andy Isabella, he's got speed. So he's going to bend it right out here. So if he's playing that flat coverage up this way, and Hamilton has this deep half, but watch how Hamilton breaks on him. So obviously that ball wasn't thrown to him, but Kyle Hamilton, where's he looking right now? He's looking right down here at Trace McSorley. So he's reading his eyes, and as soon as he cuts, he breaks on that. So I don't know if that ball is coming. We're talking about a 30-yard throw. This is a really impressive break on this deep out. So he's going to just dart at it. And then it's 1, 2, 3. And it's just 3 strides, and he's right there. And he breaks down, and that's really kind of good work there, too. Watch how he breaks down right there. Just to sit in, keep good leverage. Looks good. So, I mean, I don't know. That's showing the ability that he can do some work in that deep zone look or in a split safety look. Here's a play that's actually kind of interesting. So he's lined right here, and he's going to kind of drop back. Let's watch it. There's that range. And so the ball's going right here. I think Greg Dortch catches it. And this is where we saw some issues. So I'm not spending a ton of time talking about his tackling issues. It's been covered by other folks. So you guys can go see it. He's got to make more consistent tackles. But this is one of the bigger issues that we're going to kind of look at, and that's kind of his pursuit angle. So obviously we need to take in the context of the play. So he's got to carry this entire zone this way. So that's his priority. It's that kind of area here. It might even be it wouldn't be in man, eh? It's not man. Either way, so the ball goes in there, and he just gets caught right there, that leg. You don't turn your hips like that into the sidelines. You want to keep your hips square to the ball carrier, right? So that you can break and at the very worst make a leg tackle. So that's really where he's having issues. That was more of a pursuit angle issue. And then we're going to see it again here. The ball is going to be complete. So focus here. Hamilton's down in the end zone right now. But, okay, ball complete right there. He's going to break that tackle. Hamilton's going to come run the alley. And as he does, again, it's kind of a similar issue, right? He kind of made the tackle, but he, gave up a couple extra yards doing so. And I just think right here, you got to start breaking down, right? You got to just start to break down a little bit. And you can see it right there. He's too ahead of himself. So that's going to come as he gets used to the play speed of the NFL. But I think it's pretty clear what you can see there. I think you can see his role very clearly, but also how he's going to basically be do most of what's asked to him from the Ravens safety role.
And there it is, folks. So, that's how I kind of see it playing out. I see him being that tight end eraser early. I wouldn't say the Ravens have a tight end heavy schedule coming up. They'll see Mike Gesicki and they'll see Mike Gesicki in ESPN. Wonderful. They'll see Mike Gesicki in week 2, Dawson Knox in week 4. Nothing that really, it's not really top tier guys right off the bat unless I'm missing someone. But they'll still, got to cover tight ends. They're going to see, Pat Freiermuth and their David Njoku and Hayden Hurst in their own division. So again, not the top guys in the league, but guys that can make plays in a football game. And so having that tight end coverage is going to be important. We know we've struggled with it when we ask linebackers to do it. So I could really see Kyle Hamilton playing that role early. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys liked it, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.